you keep telling yourself you'll do it when you're ready, you'll do it when you're ready. And you're never going to feel ready to make content every day, every week, whatever the scheduling momentum is that you want to pick up.
There's a flow-on effect from just starting. You then sort of start saying to yourself, well, I've been meaning to build that wall out in the backyard or clean that shed or anything else that you procrastinate over.
Procrastinate, exactly.
Yeah.
Make this a habit. Make content creation a habit.
That habit stacking, I really like that. I don't know anything about James Clear, but I like what you're saying, like what he's saying. I totally
It's funny
agree.
because your son bought you this book. You just haven't read it yet.
James Clear?
Yeah,
By
Atomic
James-
Habits.
Did
Yeah.
Oh, really? Sorry, man. I'll read it now.
When did running a business start feeling like 2 full-time jobs?
You signed up to do what you love, but somehow you're also expected to be a full-blown content creator, editor, copywriter and social media guru. We get it. I'm Dave.
I'm Sarah. We actually make content for a living, but even we've been guilty of totally neglecting our social media.
That's why we started this podcast, to figure it out with you.
From filming tips on any budget, to quick hacks that stop content creation from eating your life, to real talk about the overwhelm and the inner work required to show up in a confident way on camera.
We're in the trenches with you. This is Unfluencers Anonymous.
Your survival guide to creating content without losing your sanity.
Let's do this together.
Hello, everybody. We are back. We are going to talk about some things today that is hopefully going to help you. This is one that I think a lot of people struggle with when it comes to content creation. That whole feeling of you keep telling yourself you'll do it when you're ready, you'll do it when you're ready. And we're here to say today, stop waiting until you're ready, until you think you're ready, because that just doesn't exist. You're never going to feel ready to make content every day, every week, whatever the scheduling momentum is that you want to pick up. It's, I equate it to the gym. No one ever feels like when they haven't been working out for a long time. I mean, I didn't work out for most of my life, and I started about 3 years ago. I didn't feel ready to start the gym. I just knew that I needed to. It was going to be good for me. It was going to be a benefit to my life. And the first couple of sessions were an absolute struggle. And then they started to get easier. And then I started to enjoy it. Then I started to see results. And then I started to have that positive feedback loop that kept bringing me back there and making me want to come back to the gym every day. And now I love it. And it's going to be the same for you with content. So anyway, hi, Dave.
Hi, who's this Jim you talk of?
Well, he's great. He has lots of iron and metal around and bands and skipping ropes.
Really?
And
Right, okay.
in my gym has lots of I was going to say Jimothy has lots of boxing gloves and MMA gear and
Jim likes
all
to
sorts
box.
of things.
Okay. Apparently it gets you all hot and sweaty too.
Oh, very good. Very good. I could see your face while I was talking. You were like, "Oh, there's a
Oh,
joke
look,
here. I'm brewing."
There's a dozen more, but inappropriate for this podcast. We won't go there, people.
It's amazing how different our minds work. Like
Is it-
everyone's
is it
minds
me?
work.
I want to know, is it me? Am I pervertedly
I
inappropriate?
don't think you're perverted. No, I think you always have a filter on that's seeking the joke in everything, which is great. That's a
Good.
great
Oh, that
quality.
makes me feel better. That's good.
But if I accidentally, unwittingly step into a topic that could go down that road, then God, there's no stopping it.
By the way, in Arabic, Jim is Jamil. So,
Oh,
yeah,
good to
good luck.
know.
Jamil, good luck with her. She can have her, man. She's hard work. It's hard work in the gym, isn't it?
It is actually, but it's fantastic.
Anyway,
And
what are we talking about here? What the hell?
yeah, when it comes to you and I, whoever really knows. But what we are mainly trying to angle towards today is that whole feeling of we know it, we've done it ourselves for a long time. We're only just starting to post regularly and consistently for our personal pages and for Sydney Classic as of literally like 6 weeks ago. We're just getting warmed up. We're just getting started. So we feel you guys when you're struggling with this sort of thing, because we've known this for a while. But something that I keep thinking of when I equate it to this is me and my love of music. I've wanted to make music my whole life, and I kept telling myself my whole life, like when I was in primary school, when I was in high school, college, and older, I kept saying, it's going to take too long to learn how to produce music or learn how to play an instrument. I just don't have time for that. I don't have the patience for that. It's just, I'm not ready. All the things haven't aligned and everything has to be perfect. And, maybe in a few years when I've got more money and more time and more freedom, then I'll have the time to do it. And I got to the point about a year and a half ago where I had to call bullshit. And I was like, do you want to do this thing, Sarah? Do you want to make music? Yes, I do. Okay. When is going to be a good time? I'm getting busier and busier every year. There's not going to be this sudden opening of, oh, now you have 4 days a week to work on music and nothing else, and money's just rolling in effortlessly. Like, I knew that I had to just get over myself and start. And the funny thing is, I had built up in my mind that it was this huge, crazy, insurmountable thing that it was going to take me like 10 years to even be able to release my first song. And suddenly I decided to take the pressure off, just play. That was my main objective. Have fun with it. I don't know any music theory. I still don't. And I've never played an instrument before, but by just playing around and enjoying myself and doing something that I'm really passionate about and enjoying the process, within a year and a half, I can now play guitar, piano, and I can produce my own music. And I've already released a bunch of songs. I've produced about 20 songs. I just need to record them. And so that's just one example of the stories that we sort of tell ourselves, and then versus the reality of when you actually just do it. Just do it. Like Nike's got something going for them.
Yeah, true. Just do it. Yeah, you're right. It is that. It's just starting. And that's the biggest thing, is the procrastination, the self-talk, the self-doubt, the overthinking. Just got to push it out of the way.
Yeah.
Just got to start.
That Shia LaBeouf video is coming to my head. Did you ever see that? You know Shia LaBeouf, the actor, LaBeouf, however you say it. He had this video once. There's probably a whole backstory to it that I've totally forgotten about and why he did it, whatever it was about. But it was literally just him screaming at the camera for, I don't know, 15 minutes, maybe half an hour, maybe less. Like, just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
And I just think of that sometimes because I'm like, just fucking do it.
He's one of those actors where I don't know whether he's absolutely
Being
brilliant
serious.
or he's come off the rails. I don't know.
100%.
I can't pick it.
I feel like he's really intelligent and he just gives zero fucks, which I love. Like, that's the point we all want to get to, right?
Well, if we were all like that, this wouldn't be a topic we'd be talking about. So
that's the thing. It's such a common problem.
Yeah. And the other important thing is, it's not a cop-out, but you can start as many times as you want. I mean, just starting builds that muscle. I've never been a smoker, but smokers say to me, thank God she shaved under her arms.
Yeah, sorry, I just forgot to roll on my camera.
Where was I? Yeah. Why is hair and arms and armpits a topic on our podcast? Maybe we should call it the hairy podcast. The hairy podcast.
Excellent.
I don't even know what I was saying. I've lost it. What was it, Sarah?
So
please.
For the listeners who are not watching this on YouTube, I just had to reach up to turn my camera on. And obviously, I've just given you all a lovely shot of my armpit. So Dave's just completely gone off the rails.
Yeah.
But you were talking about smoking, about...
it's about that muscle. What I've spoken, and I do live with smokers, and so they've said it's about that muscle. You can give it up. Just start. Even sounds terrible, but even knowing you may not succeed the first time, and they do say sometimes it takes three good attempts to get something happening, but something magical happens after the first attempt, which is something inside you clicks and goes, well, I gave it a go. Actually, it wasn't as bad as what I thought. I might try it again, get into the right mindset and try it again. And so that's what happens. And that's probably, with me, I could relate to that because I've always feared being on camera. And then people kept telling me how handsome I was, and eventually I thought, well, why fight it?
I didn't mean to
Sarah,
laugh.
are you okay? Is that drool or dribble? Like,
yeah,
drool,
sure.
get it? Drool, because anyway, don't worry. Yeah. So anyway, but it's true. What I said about the cigarette smoking thing, and there's lots of other examples of that where you start, it could even be the gym. Hey, it's going to hurt the first time if you haven't done it in a while. But Again, and that is really using taking the analogy to the next step. Those muscles are going to hurt, but you're actually creating that muscle.
Yeah.
You're starting to build it, and it
Yeah.
doesn't take long. And because you've feared it for so long, you think it's going to take forever, and it doesn't. And
That's
yeah,
the thing.
yeah,
It's always so much worse in your head. So that's if you are going through this sort of feeling right now where you keep sort of pushing things back and telling yourself, I'll just wait till I'm ready. This podcast, this episode is your confirmation that you need to just start making content today. And it
yeah,
doesn't have to be perfect. That's the thing. We all see these creators that we like and assume that, when we start creating content, it needs to be equally as good as that right away, right off the bat. And it's just not realistic. You know what I mean? Like to
yeah,
actually just am I echoing through? Can you hear me?
yeah. I got you perfectly. Not echoing through, but am I echoing through?
No, but I can hear talking in the background, but I thought it was me. Anyway, it's a nice little secondary
Hmm.
conversation for us to include in.
It's those voices in your head.
Hmm.
Even now, they're casting doubt and dispersion upon what you're saying.
Yes. And you seem like you're doing two things at once.
Yeah, yeah, I'm texting, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you were. Why are you texting?
Because
You busted.
I've got an autistic daughter that
Oh, it's
is
B.
going on a little journey today and on her own, and it's a big
Cute.
milestone. So, hey,
Nice.
she's given it a crack.
Yeah, good on her. She's not waiting until she feels ready.
Nope,
Good old
nope.
B. She's an
Yeah.
inspo to all of us. But let's look at some ways that we can sort of make this a little bit easier for you because a lot of the issues that people face is around I'm time poor, I don't know what to say, and this is all just so overwhelming. So the way we see it is to make this a habit, make content creation a habit. It doesn't have to be every day.
Mm.
I certainly do not want to be on camera every single day, but I know now how to batch record certain things that will last a week or 2 weeks, or when there are days where we're already recording the podcast, then we can, stack a couple of extra filming pieces on top to the start or the end of the podcast because I've already done my hair and makeup and I don't like doing my hair and makeup too often, so I may as well take advantage of that as well. But this is the first point is habit stacking. So you may have read Atomic Habits by James Clear. I really liked that book. I mean, as books go, I can remember, 20% of it. I've only read it once. I like reading books like 10 times to actually be able to retain a lot of the information because sometimes it goes in one ear and out the other. But the few things that I really did like from this book was, first of all, the habit stacking. So this is what we're talking about now. When you're already doing something that you do on a daily basis or a weekly basis or something that is a regular stationary thing in your life, stacking a little bit of content creation on top of that. So, for example, you go for a walk every day, maybe, or every 2 or 3 days, or once a week, or something like that. You could make it that the first 5 minutes of your walk, you pick up your phone and you talk to your camera, and that's your content for the day or the week, whatever your, consistency level wants to be right now. Or while you're cooking, like there are certain things that we do every day that you're going to be there. You're going to show up to do that thing, cooking or doing your makeup or waiting in the car for your kid after school or something like that. So the things that you already know that you're going to do, think about how you can just stick a phone on some sort of holder or, just hold it yourself and just talk to it, whether it's a download of thoughts or whether you've taken some notes throughout the week of things that you want to speak about as they come to you. I
Mm.
find I find that this is a really powerful one because if you're already doing these sorts of things, then it just becomes a habit. And it's again like the gym. Once you get used to
Yeah.
recording content, it's not that big of a burden.
Oh, honestly, the things we fear, we build them up in our head, and when we actually do them, it's like a pressure valve release. It's like, oh, why did I wait so
Mm.
long to do that? But the
And
other
you feel
thing
so
I know
good.
with me, sorry,
And you feel so good. You're so proud of
yeah,
yourself when
yeah,
you do it.
yeah,
It's like
yeah,
dopamine hit.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, Jim, me, yeah. But with with that, with just starting, for me, the thing was to actually know that I'm recording all this and that I'm not live. I'm not on like a live TV show where I'm going to make an idiot of myself, and that I can do another take. Or if I decide not to post it, I I don't have to. I know that's going against the grain of what we're saying, but mentally
But when
to
you're
trick,
starting, yeah.
yeah, yeah, knowing that that's like, I'm thinking, oh, I've got to record this. People are going to see it. If I'm not happy with it, well, firstly, that actually is the secret to be yourself. And even if you're not happy with it, put it out there, because honesty cuts through in today's society. But more importantly, just saying to yourself, well, yeah, I can retract this. I don't have to even post it. I can, and that's another tip, do a couple of rehearsals, record them, but don't overanalyze it and don't overthink it because you're never
Mm,
going to be happy. It's never going to be perfect. And I think you've
mm.
just got to do it. Just got to start.
Yeah, and something I've noticed lately, even with myself, is when I create just speaking videos and just basic sort of things, if I look back at it right then and there, I am very judgmental of myself. For some reason, in the moment when you're doing it, it's like you're more vulnerable, you're more fragile, especially when you're not used to doing it all the time. But I find when I look back at that post, whether I've posted it or not, when I look back at that video 24 hours later, or even a couple of days later, I have a completely different perspective. I'm seeing myself through fresh eyes, and I'm often going, wow, that actually was a great piece of content. But at the
Yeah.
time that I did it, I was so judgmental because I was just so wrapped up in so many different levels of fear and wondering and doubt and all this sort of negative self chatter. And so
Yeah.
when you remove yourself from that and look back at it later, so there's two options here. You can either just post it and sort of run away, don't look at it, and that sort of thing, check it out later. Or like Dave's saying, you can film it, film a couple of
Yeah.
takes if you want, if that makes you feel more comfortable. And a couple of days later, look at that content and then see how you're feeling about it. Because yeah, I just find that when I've waited a little while, suddenly I'm looking at myself with much kinder eyes. And I find that
Yeah.
really interesting.
Do you think, I mean, I've always been anti getting friends and family to look at it before I post it because, well, yeah, they know you as a different person. But I've always been told, I mean, don't let, especially when we've done media training with Sonia, that the message generally is that don't, here's a copy of your media training, but don't go home and show the wife and kids or your partner because, firstly, they're not professionals, so they're not going to give you the right feedback. And the feedback they're going to give you is based on what they see, not the wider
100%.
audience. You're not
Yeah.
just, I think there's an episode we've done that talks about, who your
Mm.
audience is. And so they're not the target audience. Don't, unless they're a professional, don't take the opinion of family and friends.
Yeah. And I mean, I
All
would
right,
say,
that just went against what you just said. I get that, but
what did
I'm
I
a big
say? I
believer
can't
in.
remember that
No,
far
no, you
back.
said like wait a couple of days and speak to a friend about it. I think you said, but
No, no, no. I didn't say speak to a friend. I said look at it yourself later because I don't believe in seeking any feedback from anyone
right,
because that's when you get shifted into being a different version of yourself. And the whole
yeah,
point here is to learn how to be okay with just being you. So I just think that sometimes for me personally, when I first create the video, there's so much vulnerability there and it's like so important. Everything's just so big. And if I
yeah,
wait a day and then I look back, I'm in a totally different perspective. Other things are going on in the world and I look at this video, I'm like, oh, yeah, good job, Sarah. That was great. Like, why were you
yeah,
so over analyzing it? It's just a simple video. It's just like removing myself from that moment. But I totally get what you're saying. And I think, I mean, that applies I think about that with a lot of things. Like even when I'm manifesting certain things, I don't tell people what I'm manifesting, what my big, deep soul goals are. I talk about what certain business goals are and stuff like that that might help others
yeah,
and be relatable and all that sort of stuff. Or things that, people like yourself, my business partner needs to know. But no
yes,
one
yeah,
really knows the deep core soul goals that I have for this lifetime. As soon as I
yeah,
go and tell people, I've done that in the past. I've gone, oh, I want to do this and this and this. And they're all these big, beautiful things. And when other people hear that, well, they don't understand that. That's not
no,
even in their universe of possibility. So they bring their doubt and fear into the equation. And then you, as a sensitive, empathetic
yeah,
human, take that on and start thinking,
exactly.
doubting, oh, maybe it's not
No.
for me. And, that's the quickest way to lose yourself. So,
If the other thing is if you operate, how do I get a message to you without the audience knowing? I've got two
um,
things happening at the same time.
yeah.
4K setting. Okay, there, I've done it.
Oh, do you think
Oh,
that's what the problem is?
well, are we? Are we recording in 4K?
Oh, yes, we are still. Damn it. That's okay. We'll do this one on that. That's okay. What time is
Okay.
it?
We'll do this one on that. We'll do this one
Anyway,
on
what
that.
else were you going to say?
What I was going to say was with us, we pick up, insert
Yeah.
here. Um, the
Anyways.
oh, is that the signal? Is that the signal? Rubbing of the nose. We try and record our podcasts at the start of the day where possible because we feel we're fresher, we're at our best, and so it's like if you're working in an office and you want to do something, want to get a post across or whatever, maybe it is best to do it when you first arrive at the office. You're less tired, less flustered, less stressed out maybe. If that works for you, that's what works for us. I know even with you, Sarah, with your gym, when you meet Jim, you do it about lunchtime. You used to do, what do you love? You used to do mornings and then you've tried afternoons, but it seems to me that the middle of the day is your groove. So you've all got to find your groove. We're just saying what works for us. That works for us. Mornings, gets the energy up. You can see I've had a coffee and then, literally we get into it.
Yeah. And I mean, yesterday was a perfect example of I was super stressed. And thank you, by the way, for being so calm while I was super, super stressed yesterday. But I was thinking about it yesterday, going like, we're telling people to just create content every day and whenever and anytime's a good time and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, we're not saying anytime's a good time. We understand everyone has a different, schedule. But yesterday was just such a perfect example of I did not have a single chance to create content. And if I did create content, it would have been from a place of scarcity and fear and have to do this now and feeling pressured to do it. And it wouldn't have been my natural energy, my personality. It would have been a lot of stress. Because it was just deadline after deadline and deadlines kept getting pushed forward and then other things were added on and everything was urgent. It was just one of those rare days where it was like, bam, everything needs to happen right now and I wish there were 10 of me. Days like that, not ideal. And that's why we are big advocates of, we do this podcast once every week or once every 2 weeks. If we do it every 2 weeks, obviously we record 2 episodes, so we're covered for the next couple of weeks. But we're starting to, like we're talking about with the habit stacking, we're starting to film a little bit beforehand, a little bit after, while we're already in the mood of filming, while we've already mentally prepared ourselves to be on camera today. It's like, today's a camera day. That's fine. I've turned off my emails. I have separated myself to be here, present, clear, to do this sort of content. And it means that, we can get a lot more batch recording done so that we're not having to film every single day and just figure it out on the go.
Yeah, and if you are really stressed, I know it's a bit of cross promotion, but I've started a business called Dial-A Dave. So if you're really stressed and you need to be calmed down, you dial the number that you're seeing on the bottom of your screen right now, 1-800, and you'll get messages like, today I'll respond with kindness, just off the top of my head. And so many other messages like, today is a new opportunity to be kind to yourself. And that'll calm you down straight away. Straight away.
Very
And it's only
nice.
$1.95 a second. That's GST.
$1.95 a second.
Yeah,
Sounds
transfer the
about
money
right.
to my bank account in the Cayman Islands.
Yes, very nice. So for anyone who has not been following the progress of Dave reading his daily affirmation calendar out, that's his challenge. He tries to make it sound like it's his own wisdom, which it's funny because he actually does have plenty of great insights and wisdom, but
I do?
I bought him this calendar and now he's slipping them into every episode, these little wisdom bombs.
Yeah,
But
this is
anyway.
the calendar. This is the calendar Sarah bought me. Sudoku, right? Sudoku.
Oh, yeah, that one as well.
She makes
I
out
bought
that
you
she bought me
another
this.
one.
Oh, another? Oh, you bought. Why would someone buy someone 2 calendars? Come on. Come on. Sarah, you're just trying to. It's power. She likes to feel that she's the smart one.
I don't even know how this relates to being smart, but anyway.
No,
Very
getting back to what we were talking about, that habit stacking, I really like that. I don't know anything about James Clear, but I like what you're saying, like what he's saying. I totally
It's funny
agree.
because your son bought you this book. You just haven't read it yet.
By James Clear?
Yeah,
By
Atomic
James,
Habits.
oh,
Yeah.
really?
He bought
I
you that
haven't,
and Joe Dispenza's Becoming Supernatural. They're both very good books. Dispenza's
right.
book I've read about 5 times now. That one's very powerful.
Sorry, Ben. I'll read it now.
No, he won't. He will never read
Yes.
it.
Yes.
It's all right. He's getting the wisdom. This is what books do. Some people read them and then they share bits of their tips, and we all pass the key learnings around. I mean, we're not diving into his whole. He sort of has this this formula where he talks about, and I'm pretty sure, I can't remember, but I think I heard him on a podcast saying that he actually took this from someone else who had researched
Right.
these habit
Okay.
form, like how habits form, like many years ago. But the key 4 elements to creating a new habit is to make it obvious. So
Mhm.
by making it obvious, it means, if you're going to go, you want to go for a run every morning, make sure your running shoes are at the door ready to go and your workout
Yes.
clothes are right at the bed as soon as you wake
Yes.
up. Like make it obvious, make it something you can't forget, make it attractive. Make it something that is desirable for you, something that, like when I was starting to make music after fearing it for so long, I made it attractive by thinking of it as fun and play and let's just explore here instead of, oh my God, I need to learn all of the notes and all of the keys and all of the music theory and all of the boring sort of stuff that makes my head go in another direction. I made it
Yeah.
attractive by just making sounds that were attractive to my ears. And the
Yeah.
next one is to make it easy. So there's many different ways that you can make it easy. Habit stacking is one of them. And then make it satisfying. Make it something that you get that dopamine hit. It's going to the gym. When you finish with the gym, I can guarantee you, you're never thinking, oh, damn, I wish I didn't go to the gym today. You're always feeling satisfied. So they're the
And
4 things. Sorry?
no, 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 please, please. The 4 things are making it easy.
Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Hey everyone, just a quick reminder that you actually have access to some freebies right now, and these have been created by Dave and I to help you create some amazing content right now. This is called Breaking Down the Blocks, and it's focusing on all of the main blocks, the mental load, the mental chatter, all of the things that happen up in your head when you go to hit record. All of those little stories that you tell yourself that freak you out and make you not want to post any content. We are breaking all of these blocks down so you can create with freedom.
Yeah, included in this is a heap of documents which can get you started on your content creation journey today.
So enjoy the rest of this episode. Check out the freebie when you get a chance. There'll be links all over the place. Follow the link. Freebie, freebie, freebie. Love you guys. Enjoy.
So, I'm just trying to sort of think to myself, like after we finish recording this podcast, I will get, I'm not going to say it's a massive dopamine hit, but it's a box tick. It's like, great, I did that.
100%.
And that helps
Yeah.
me with other things as well. And that's the other thing. There's a flow-on effect from just starting doing a social media post, because you then sort of start saying to yourself, well, I've been meaning to build that wall out in the backyard or clean that shed or, whatever it is, wash the car. Those things are flowing. You think, well, I've been putting that off. It really relates to anything else that generates fear,
Yeah.
or anything else that you procrastinate over.
Procrastinate. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
it sort of leads to that. Did I say a good thing then, ma'am? Did I say a good thing?
Shut up.
Yeah.
But
So yeah,
it's so true. It's because it is building self-trust when you do the thing that you say you're going to do. And this is why so many of us have such a tainted relationship with social media, because we've been promising ourselves. We've been seeing other creators who maybe know half of what we know, but they're posting every day. They're building a community. They're building a beautiful life for themselves and a business online and freedom and flexibility and all these sorts of things that we all want. And we're sitting there feeling so negative about it because we've promised ourselves we would start yesterday and the day before and the day before, and all these excuses keep coming up. So like you say, it's like all the things that that we talk about with social media. The reason, I mean, I can't speak for you, but like the reason I know I love talking about this topic is because it is relatable to everything else in your life. It does have a flow-on effect. And once you start creating content, you're showing yourself that you will do the things you say you're going to do. You start to learn so much about yourself when you create content. You come up against your edges. You come up against all of your excuses every single day. You have to face your fears and sit in it and be uncomfortable, be comfortable being uncomfortable. And these are all life skills that you can then
yeah.
use to amplify the rest of your life.
I get it too. I mean, without sounding begative, someone put a typo on our notes. Without sounding begative,
There's always going to be. That's like the Easter egg.
yeah, and I do
every
like the word
episode.
negative because it means you're a slave to the negative thought. But anyway,
hilarious.
without being negative, and I've got to stop that without being, and you have to stop. It may not, this is just my opinion. Well, that's what people are here for. They're listening to our opinion. So, I feel
Yeah.
like that guy that's just been sacked off the ARN network. I'm very
I don't know what that
opinionated
is.
and very,
Is it on
yeah.
the news?
Anyway, let's not go there. But what I am saying, don't sue me, mate. What I am saying is that we are so obligated in our duties in our everyday life. We have so many, waking up, showing up, going to work. Most of the time people aren't happy with what they do for a living. So they've got all these duties that they need to perform every day. And this can seem like just another duty and one that's less important to you. But as a business owner, it's actually not. And it's something that we're trying to say, well, you can do this. Just got to show up, just got to start, and you'll actually enjoy it. And people will get to know you. People will get to know the real you, and that's only going to benefit your business. That's
100%. And you'll get to know the real you as well. Like I learned so much about myself by doing these podcasts, by doing, pieces to camera that I do for music, little vlog episodes and stuff like that. Because, you fall into judgment and you have all these fears and all these sorts of things. And it just depends on the day. Every day is so different. But yeah, you're spot on, Dave. Like everyone has so much going on already. And it's so easy to think. So yes, you're right. Yes. Ding, ding, ding.
I'm right. I think. Sorry, how long have we known each other? I think that's the first time you've said, "Dave,
Shut
you're right."
up. You make me sound so bad. You just, no, not
Dragon
taking
lady.
that.
Dragon. Actually, she'll own that. If I say you're the dragon lady, she go, "Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
am."
love that. Love Dragon Lady.
No, but sorry. Can I? I'm not
No.
going to revert. I'm not going to apologise for it either. Okay, just listen to what I'm about to say.
Good. Love this
You
energy.
said, "Get your sand shoes ready." Is that what they're called these days? The Dunlop Volleys from 1972 with the blue and anyway. Get your sand shoes ready if you're going to go for a walk or a run in the morning. Get them ready by the side of the bed so when you wake up, they're there. What are some examples of getting ready for doing a social media post?
Love this. So this is, the make it easy sort of part.
Yeah, make it easy. Yeah, this is what it falls into.
Yeah. So have a tripod ready, a phone set up. Like it might be that you have one of those little sticky things that you can put on a window anywhere you go with your phone. Like we're just talking about really just filming with your phones for now to just keep it easy. We're not assuming everyone has high quality cameras or anything like that. If you do, great, fantastic. Have some stabilization ready for that. Like, and by that I mean, having a tripod set up, maybe having a light, maybe having it set in a certain area of your house near a window so you're using that natural light.
Can I just say with that, if that's going to hold you up and you want to go, I know a lot of people, a lot of my mates, they'll go and do the whole hog, buy everything, get it ready, set it up. They do it. No, they don't. If it's easier just to lean your phone against your computer, like just start. If that stuff is going to hold you up, forget it.
And I know some people, David, who actually have in the past used that as an excuse, whether you knew it or not. There was like,
agree.
I would have ideas for us to film stuff and you'd be like, well, we should buy this and make sure we've got the right setup. And sometimes we'd do that. And so we'd wait until we order it and then we go and buy it and then we'd set it up. And we've now wasted 4 or 5 days and now we're over it. That momentum's gone. So I love what you're saying. It doesn't.
No. Look, I own that. Just as a deflection, do I need Botox? Like, I'm just changing the topic really quickly.
So random.
Is my nose straight? Sorry, just
ladies,
start.
men do get up in their heads
come on.
too.
It's a deflection. I don't love myself.
I'm so confused. I'm just not on your wavelength today.
No,
But
it's all
that's
good.
fine. But yes, you've tapped onto something really important there, which is, exactly. We don't need to have tripods. I just mentioned that because there are so many different little holders. Some people have them in their cars
Honestly.
and whatever. But you can just, some of the best content I've seen is someone, leaning their phone against a wall and they're sitting in front of a window. So the natural light's on them and they're just filming, talking to the camera. So doing that, really simply setting yourself up in advance, like having a little corner of your apartment that's always set up and ready for you to just literally sit there and press record. And like I'm doing with the podcast, if you're anything like me and you don't do makeup all the time, but you do like to sort of sometimes have content with makeup, I don't always, sometimes I have content without makeup. But if I'm doing a day of shooting on the podcast, I've already spent like an hour doing my hair and makeup, then I may as well do a whole bunch of other filming pieces to camera, like little bite snippet size little pieces while I'm already there. Because that's, again, making it easy. I don't have to go and do that whole process again tomorrow. It's like, no.
And what can I ask? Why do I won't say you because you reckon I'm, why do women do their makeup before they go to the gym, Sarah?
Oh, well, I don't. What are you
I know,
talking
I
about?
know,
You've
I
never
know, I
seen me at the gym?
know. I was just
Oh my
taking
God.
but I do
No,
want
no,
to
no.
know
But
that actually. I do want to know that.
yeah, and same. When I go hiking, I see some women, especially a little bit older, like 50s, 60s plus, full
It's not
face of
old.
makeup, complete, like I said, a little bit older, and I meant older than me.
I thought you were
I'm
50 or 60.
sensitive today. In my head, I am 85, yes, but technically, bodily, I'm still in my 30s. So, anyway, when I go hiking, I see these women with a full face of, what are you
Nothing,
saying?
nothing. No, no, no. That's not what your profile on that dating site says. But yeah, sorry.
God. If you ever find my profile on a dating site, that's you. I'll give you $1 million. All right, and that's public record. There you go. Anyway, can I answer the
Sorry,
first
man.
question that you said?
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
fucking know. All right,
Okay,
mate.
great.
I don't
Next.
fucking know. I ask myself the same question because to me that is very intense to go and do makeup to then sweat it all off. Who is it for? If it's for them, great. I mean, I do makeup for me. I was actually thinking about this yesterday. When I do my makeup, it's not for you, it's not for the audience, it's for me. It's for I like to look a certain way, but not all the time. Sometimes I do more makeup, sometimes I do eyeshadow, sometimes I literally
But
just do mascara.
would you just do your makeup on if you're sitting around the house all day?
Hell no.
Okay, yeah, but maybe, and again, I'm not being in defense of those ladies or men that doll themselves up and put oil on them and all that sort of stuff for the gym. Maybe they're thinking this is how it makes it easy for them. And I know I brought this up, right? And I know I'm saying why do they do that? And now I'm answering my own question.
Brought this
What
up.
did I say? I brought it up.
I
What did I say?
bought
I
this
brought it
up.
up. I
Yeah.
brought it. I buyed it. I
But
brought it
yeah,
up.
you think this is what I would just disagree because once you finish at the gym, you got to shower. So it's all
Yeah,
gone.
no, no. But what I'm saying is maybe they get
Off
their
film
makeup
at the
on,
gym.
do their social media posts early,
Mm,
go to a
mm.
couple of whatever those things are that you pull up and down and sit on and ride, whatever. I'm
Yeah,
talking about gym equipment, and
yeah,
maybe that's what they do. That's
yeah,
and then they'll go and do their makeup's then runny. They've got the shots they want in the first 5 minutes, like we do our podcasts in the mornings while we're full of energy. We've thought it out, and
yeah,
then they go and do their workout, or maybe they
yeah.
just go home. Maybe the gym is just a cheap location, a background location.
There is. I know a few
Say
people
it.
who have seen a lot of sort of gym influencers who literally just walk in, do a couple of moves for the camera, and then they leave. They don't actually work out. Like, wow,
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
intense.
you think, but is it
Yeah,
smart?
to each their
Maybe
own.
it's
Yeah,
smart.
they're getting it done. That's a great background if you want to be a gym influencer. I would just hope that you are living a healthy lifestyle. Otherwise, you're out of integrity with what you're living, what you're preaching,
Yeah.
and that will catch up with you at some point. But again, to each their own.
So,
Whatever. But
so in terms of making it easy,
yeah,
so you don't double think, should I start this? Should I do this now? We spoke about, if you've got a mount for the camera, which you can find in any shopping centre, kiosk
yeah.
in the middle walkways there. What are some of the other things? I mean, what about, is it important to rehearse what you're about to say? Is it important to have something in mind that you're going to talk
Mm.
about?
It
Or
comes
do
down to,
you
yeah, it
just go
comes
off
down
the
to,
cuff like Dave does on every
yeah.
podcast?
Okay, all right. Oh my God. It comes down to everyone's unique way of being, right? Some people are very meticulous and they like things to be organized and structured. Other people do like to flow, like you. You like to not read the notes and then rock up and go, what are we talking about? But I think you did actually read the notes yesterday, so that's very exciting. We seem to be on a better
Well,
path today.
yeah,
But
this morning. Yeah.
I would recommend, and this is just again from my perspective, is when I have a download of information, when I'm walking, or it usually happens in the most annoying times when you're in the shower, when you're on the toilet or something, and you get this idea and you're like, bam, because for a moment you're not busy doing 1,000 things. Your mind's just sort of going into this more relaxed state and you're on autopilot a little bit. And that's when ideas tend to flow. So, and when you're cooking, that's another one. So when I have those moments when an idea comes through, I just try and write a note down in my phone And then when I have the time, when I'm going for a walk or when I'm ready to film some content, I can just open my notes and tap onto one of those topics. And I don't write a full, this is what to say, full script. I just write the heading sort of thing, like speak about blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. But the other thing to note here is that you might find that sometimes when these downloads of information, these ideas, these thoughts, these anecdotes, memories, whatever come through, if you don't capture them in the moment that they come through, they can fizzle out. I've sort of had experience with both. Sometimes I can have an idea, I can write it down and I can speak about it later and that's fine. Sometimes when I try to speak about it later, I don't have that energy and that interest for it that I did at the time that it came through. Because when it first comes through, it's like this energy, it energizes you and you go, oh, wow, I want to talk about that. And the thing is, once you start posting, you will find that you get more and more ideas. It's like you've opened your mind to the universe, to this floodgate of, you're sort of saying, yes, bring me more ideas. But when you've got 3 or 4 ideas and they stagnate because you're not doing anything with them, you just let them sit there and die off, your brain is not open to receiving more and more ideas. It's not sort of thinking, oh, let's send her 20 more ideas when she's doing nothing with the first 3. You know, it's kind of like you need to keep clearing it out and then you get new inspiration. But one thing that I did want to mention with the Make It Easy is another example. This is not content creation related, but it's just an example that I do in my life. Every morning I have apple cider vinegar and Celtic sea salt and lemon in water. So does Dave. And when I do that, because I've already committed to doing that because it's so good for my body, I also have some supplements and vitamins that I like to take every morning. So I sit them all next to each other. And every morning, as soon as I pour that apple cider vinegar tonic, I take the pills with that tonic. That's just, they go hand in hand now. So that's just a very basic example of habit stacking and making it easy.
A good point on that, because we don't get, whether you like it or not, the way a lot of our, this is a totally different topic, but the way foods are created for us to consume are created in a way that we don't get all the minerals and nutrients that we're supposed to get, that we used to get 30, 40 years ago. A lot of the time now they call it organic, but I'm reading stuff on organic now that's not truly organic. So it's just mass produced. But anyway, don't want to open that can of worms right now.
But we could talk about that for hours.
Yeah, but what you're saying is spot on. I think for me, the biggest thing from this is, obviously the key message is just to start, and to ask yourself, can I afford not to start? That's the other thing. But the empowerment you will get, the feeling now, just me thinking about it, the feeling of that I'm going to get after I finish this podcast, I get it more actually out of my little individual posts where I'm just speaking my truth.
I love that.
Yeah, and that I'm thinking about that feeling now before I've even done it, and that actually brings a smile to my face, and that's what I get out of it the most. That's the most that I get out of it. That's what I get out of it the most. I really
love that. Yeah, we're on fire today.
I really do have a brain.
Progress equals happiness, honestly. And when you have these things that you want to do, especially when you have been avoiding them for a long time, when you finally check that box and then you do it consistently, like Dave's saying, it's such a dopamine hit. It's great. Like, you just feel so empowered. And I think one thing to do is sort of, when you get up in your head, and even though right now you might be listening to this going, yes, I'm going to start today. And then, an hour from now you might be going to film, and then you get back up in your head and you come up with some excuse. Yeah. There will always be an excuse, but I want you to go forward 6 months and look back at today. 6 months from now, if you start today, imagine where you'll be 6 months from now. If you're posting every day, every week, whatever it is, you're going to be learning so much about yourself. You're going to be getting so comfortable with content creation. You might have created more clients and audience for your art, for your music. You might have created a new product because you heard back from your audience that they want this new product. Anything could happen. But what happens if 6 months from now you're looking back and you didn't do anything and you're exactly where you are right now? How's that going to feel?
No, just like that guy in all the Adam Sandler movies, just do it. What is it? You can do it.
You can do it.
Yeah. That guy, yeah. But also, look, it's not going to look perfect when you start. It's not going to be. But the experience you will get, whether it's doing one of them or whether it's doing 1,000 of them, the experience comes with each one. It builds that muscle. You are going to feel so much better just for the fact you've even tried to do it. Remember when you start that you don't have to put it out there. It could just be you going, I'm going to record this today. I'm going to do another one tomorrow and record that. And I'm going to do another one in a week's time. You'll see the progress even without posting it. And there's something cathartic, something about expressing yourself and getting it out.
Well, that's the opposite of depression, right? The opposite of depression isn't happiness, it's expression. So this is
Even if you don't post it. Even if you don't post
that's the thing,
it.
just
That
creating it.
expressionism. You gain so much from this whole process. And it's not a hard process. It's actually quite easy after you start and you realize it. You sort of, you're beating yourself up for, oh, am I going to do this? You're overthinking. Get the hell out of your own way. Sorry, Sarah scratched her nose. Was that a sign for me to shut up? Or
Sure, let's just claim that. But on the flip side of that, again, it depends on your personality and what you're willing to share and where you're at. But sharing the process of learning is also very powerful. You don't have to show up and be perfect. You don't have to be at the end goal. One of the things I've been loving sharing in my own journey is learning the piano. Like the first video of me playing a guitar was a bum note. Like the first time I tried to play on camera, as soon as I turned the camera on, I completely strummed the wrong chord. And I love that video now because I can look at the before and after. And yes, Dave, hilarious. And and it's the same with piano. Like I love sharing the process because I know so many people have thought the same thing. They've thought, oh, I'm too old now to start. It's going to take too long. It's too hard. All of those negative self-doubt, limiting beliefs, watching someone be in the mud and claim it and own it and openly saying, this is not where I'm going to stay, but this is where I'm at right now. Follow my journey. That's how you connect with people as well. So there's definitely all the options available to you. As you already know all of this. We're just here to remind you and give you a little nudge that it's time to start today because you are going to witness so many beautiful opportunities come into your world and so much more potential from yourself once you just get started.
Yeah. And I think the fact you're watching this podcast, you're following our journey. We're learning things as we go along. So that tells us that, you're either ready to start making it yourself or you're in that zone. But whether you're a natural or whether you takes you a little bit longer to find your groove, it's best to start making stuff now because how do I say that properly without speaking good or Englisher? What I'm trying to say is it doesn't make any difference whether you're a natural or whether you're going to take a little bit of time to find that. Do you want to say it in an elegant way so we can end this episode?
People relate to real. So you just allowing yourself to be human is going to be powerful. That's it. The only critic that you're fighting with is yourself. That's it. So we got this, people. We're doing the same thing. We're with you. You're not alone. And we would love to hear from you. We genuinely, we're not just saying that. We would love to hear from you. Comment in this video on YouTube or hit us up on social media, wherever you want to contact us. It could be on comments or it could be a DM, so it's more private. But we want to hear from you what you're struggling with, where you're at, what your goals are for social media. This is going to help us to create podcasts around what you really genuinely need.
Yeah. And if, with all confidentiality, you're welcome to send us what you're intending to post. We can have a quick look at it. We're not going to judge you. We're not your friends. And, well, we are your friends.
We're not your friends.
Family. Oh, we are your family. Do you know what I'm trying to say is...
I know what you're saying.
What am I saying, Sarah? Watch
You're
this.
saying that it will be viewed with love and we will do a bit of an audit and help you just from our experience. But again, you've got to remember that everything comes down to you. You do what you want in the end. Our advice is from our lived experience. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest, and go and shine on camera because you've got some beautiful opportunities waiting for you on the other side of consistent content creation. So anyway, Unfluencers out. Dave, do you want to do a little breakdance?
I want to do my key message is
what's it called? Beatbox.
Don't be greedy. Have a little. Don't forget to leave some for your homie.
What? What? Don't be greedy. Who's
end of episode? Cut. Quick. I'm embarrassing myself. Quick, cut.
Give us a beatbox. I thought you were going to send us out with music.
Well, watch this one without lips.
There we go.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, God. Now we got to go. Love you guys.